2 tags, 1 hunt. We did
2
it.
units.
2 different units. Yeah! Yes! Elk Camp 2023, exciting start. And we were sitting up here on this ridge. Chip got in yesterday. We walked up here, looked around. Chip was like, sure looks like something ought to come through here at some point. So, night, slept well. Got up here in the morning before the sun was up. We had a little skunk come walking across the trail. And we're just kind of calling back and forth, hearing a ton of bugles over there. And then all of a sudden I catch a glimpse of an elk moving through the brush.
water. What just happened, Ken?
Oh my God. All that talk of getting it done the first morning. I can't believe that.
Bring it in, bring it in. Oh, man.
That was... I can't believe that.
Just,
I thought I blew it the first time.
there's another one back there. Another cow.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I watched it. It was just sneaking through it. All of a sudden it started wobbling and just went down.
Holy crap.
I must have like caught the back of the lungs or something.
Something, yeah.
I held for 50. I had arranged those trees and they were like 47, 45. And actually my pin was sitting right on about 47 because I was doing 30, 40, 50. And it was just a little bit behind them, so I'm like, this has got to be right here. But it went a little bit back on me, but we got it done.
What time is it? What the heck time is it anyway?
It is 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Oh my
Opening day. We got a elk on the ground.
God. We got an elk on the ground. What? Quarter mile.
A downhill pull.
A downhill pull. I can see our camp. Oh my goodness. That was...
Freaking awesome. That's what that was. That was freaking awesome. What? Okay, now I gotta ask. It came in, spooked a little bit. We got it to come back, called it back in. What was wrong the first time? I mean, I felt like
came out too fast.
Okay.
I couldn't get lined up and drawn fast enough.
Okay.
So I was kind of hoping it was either going to turn or come back and go this way, so its head would be behind stuff. And then it was lined up right here where this log is. I was trying to like position a little bit so I was going to try and draw and stand up here at what, 15 yards?
Yeah. Yeah,
and then it spooked. And I thought it was done, and then I saw it coming back. I'm like, all right, we got another chance.
Our calling isn't too bad, eh?
Apparently not. We got the elk to come back. It stayed a little bit further back, but I had arranged some trees.
Okay, let's make sure we didn't miss the first part, because the elk came in.
That's right. And then it ended up spooking. I don't know if it just didn't like what it saw or what, but it ran a little ways. We called again, and then I saw it start to come back. And it came through, and then this time as it walked behind the last brush, I drew. I'd gotten into kneeling position, so it was better. And then we got it to stop. I think you called it to stop it.
Well, before that, I saw you fully drawn back, and it was giving you a quartering to, kind of a not a good look.
Oh, no, it was behind the tree. I couldn't even see it.
Oh, from my angle, it was a quartering to, and I said, well, he can't shoot. He's not shooting.
No, I was just waiting.
Okay.
It got behind there, so I drew, and then it stopped, so I had to wait, and finally it stepped out again. I had ranged the trees at about 45 yards, and it was just behind them. Chip called, it stopped broadside and looked at us. I had to move a little bit just to get around this. Tried to calm my nerves a little bit, get it lined up, and I let that arrow fly. It looked a little back, but it looked like it was bleeding pretty good. And it turned and started booking it. We both started calling. I don't think Chip could see it, but from where I could catch glimpses of it going through the trees. And it slowed down, and then it started wobbling, and just down it went. And I couldn't believe it. It was so exciting.
So let's go
find the arrow and find that elk. So I ranged this tree at 45, and it was a little behind it. I think I see turned up dirt here.
Oh, I see the knock.
Yeah.
Is that where we're standing? Sketch dirt?
Yeah, it must have been, because there's pounding here, pounding here. Well, I hope your eyes are better than mine.
But yeah, you can see the tracks here. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
see where she took off. But yeah, we're not worried about finding blood too
No.
much.
Let's
but
go
it
find
was-
that arrow.
Yeah, I don't know if you can pick up that knock in the video, but she's glowing.
Yep. Oh my goodness, it didn't even sink into the ground. It just like gently laid down. That is covered. That thing is soaked in blood. I hit something good.
You did, like you say, if you looked at her running away from where you could see the blood coming out, it looked back. But
Yeah.
man, you caught something good.
I did. Not really sure which way it went. Here we go. Here's a track. There's track.
I was surprised that we called, she paused, and we got a second opportunity.
I know, that was awesome.
That surprised me. But she didn't spook hard.
No.
It's not like she caught wind,
She was looking at us, but kept looking around like she didn't see us, that she didn't like it.
Yeah.
I think something doesn't seem right, so she headed back. But we called enough and it made her come back.
Yeah, all that practice paid off.
Yeah. All those days of driving in the car to and from work, calling.
And days on the range with the bow.
Yeah. Trying to find scuff marks.
And I'm just watching you, so I'm not paying much attention.
There's a track.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got scuff marks here and coming through.
Here maybe. Oh man. I guess it sure is a good thing I saw her fall, because not really finding anything for blood.
Yeah, the shot was high enough. It always takes.
Just filled her up instead of bleeding out.
Yeah.
That might be a track.
Ooh, yeah.
There it is. Wow, yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice job, Ken.
There we go.
Congratulations. First
yeah, that
elk.
was a little bit back. It still caught lungs though.
Had her at the right angle. Okay, this is going to be bouncy footage walking through here, but damn. Oh my gosh, that's heavy. There we go. First elk down. Opening morning before 6 a.m.
Yep.
Here we are. The work starts.
I am tagged out.
Now you can play.
Now I can play, and now it's work time.
Comfortable, Ken?
As comfortable as it's gonna get for now. Till we get back to camp and I can put my feet up and eat something and drink something.
Yeah,
But
we earned it.
we earned it. This is the last pack out, and
What did you say, a quarter mile one way?
quarter mile one way.
And this
So-
is trip number 6.
I think so.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, it's a good feeling.
the last trip for today.
What was that?
Last trip for today. Then we got to get our strength back for the next one.
That's right. It might have gone about 80, 90 yards. We're up on the hill.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. It didn't. She piled up quick.
Yeah. Found a deadhead hanging in a tree.
Bonus.
Yeah. You gotta put it downwind though.
Oh, yeah. Great. Thanks for bringing that to the campsite, Ken. It adds,
You're welcome.
we know if we can't smell it that we probably need to shower then, huh?
That's probably true.
Right. I've had to move the tarp about 3 times trying to catch up with the shade, but here's what
I
we
think we
got.
should be pretty good, huh?
We got the parcel on Ken's back to add to it yet.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
It's a fair bit of meat.
All right. Signing off.
To me, it sure seemed like we'd been there a lot longer, but it might have only been half an hour. And then off in the distance ahead of us, I saw an elk move through the trees. And I turned to Chip, who's only 6 feet from me, and he's looking the other way, so Kyle called to get his attention. He looked, and I pointed where they were, and I grabbed my bow and started getting ready. And every once in a while, we'd cow call, and it walked real quickly right around the tree, and I couldn't get drawn in time that it wouldn't see me.
Yeah, she came in pretty quick, and then between myself and the cow, there was some small trees and shrubs, and it felt like she hung up for a while behind those pines a little bit. And you probably had a good view.
Oh,
of
it was wide open for me, and she was looking right at us, so there's no way I was gonna be able to draw my bow. And she just kept coming. And she ended up, 10 yards from you maybe?
Maybe. Maybe, yeah.
And in a broadside position, there was a bit of a stump in the way that I was trying to hide behind and position myself so I could draw and stand up to shoot over it. And before I could do that, she didn't like something and kind of spooked and ran off. So she ran back off, and I thought I'd blown my chance, that was it. But we called again as she was running away, hoping that her curiosity would be stronger than her desire to run.
Yeah, and tried to get a little higher pitch in some of the calls, thinking that
The calf.
yeah, hoping she would think there was a calf there somewhere that needed her help.
And I don't know, it was maybe another minute or two, and then I could see her starting to come back. And she was moving a little bit slower this time, just much more cautious.
Yeah.
But same path basically, maybe a little bit further away from us. And as she got to that last set of trees, I drew back, and she stopped behind the trees. And Chip could see her good. I saw it on the video later. Nice open, but kind of a quartering two shot.
Yeah.
But she was right behind the trees for me, so I had to wait. And finally she started walking again. She went right behind a tree that I had arranged at 45 yards. So I knew a distance. And Chip, you know, thinking far enough ahead, because it was out of my mind, made a cow call and stopped it. And it stopped wide open, broadside, kind of looking our direction. I had to move just a little bit to get over some twigs in front of me, lined up and shot. And I saw the arrow fly and hit, and I had a real sinking feeling because it looked way back.
Yeah, you could immediately see blood
Yeah.
where the hit was, and it was a little concerning. You're right, and you'll see the video that goes along with this this conversation, but you'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I saw it turn, wheel, run away, and I could see what looked like good blood running on the backside. Complete pass through. I saw the arrow flying behind it, and it ran through the trees again, and Chip lost sight of it, but I could catch it every once in a while, and then it got into a little bit of an opening that I could see, stopped facing away from me, and then it got the wobble and tipped right over, and I was so happy because I thought we were in for the long haul.
Yeah.
You know, a shot way back that we were going to have to sit and wait. And
How far did she go? Maybe
80 yards, maybe.
80 yards, maybe. Yeah.
So we, you know, did a little happy dance there for a moment, and then eventually walked down, checked out where she was standing, tore up dirt everywhere, didn't really see any blood. Went down to my arrow, completely soaked, tip to knock.
Yeah, and not, there was no gut debris. There was nothing like that,
no
which was
fat.
promising too,
No bunches of hair, just blood.
which we would have been a little confusing if you hadn't seen her drop, because we
Right.
would have, assumed it was a little bit further back and not as good a shot as it
Yeah,
was.
but I knew kind of where she tipped over. So we tried to follow her tracks. That it was kind of rocky, enough grass that it was hard to follow tracks. Couldn't really find any blood, but we also knew the shot was high, so any bleeding was probably staying inside.
Yep.
But we just kept walking, looking back to see where we had been, to see if it was kind of my line of sight, and eventually circled a little bit and found her tipped over by a bunch of rocks. And again, next little happy dance, some pictures, and then the work began.